Uh, oh my days. Okay, man. What a time, man. This is the transfer window, man, had closed. You know, the ones there. You know, it's just yeah, man. I mean, it's peak. But at the same time, it's anyway. I just you can hear that actually it's raining, man. If you can't hear it, man, it's fine. But I just came back here from my 7,000 steps, trying to get those exercising, like that, and just before it started raining, man. Obviously, it's a couple of days after the Burnley game, man, and fam, man. I mean, like the game against Burnley doesn't matter, man. Like if we had won the game or if we have lost the game, right? I just wanted, man, this guy to go. The ones. Obviously, yeah, it was 3-2, like that. And the thing about it is, man, is that yeah, it's a good it's a good 3 points. It's a good 3 points, man. Yeah, to for the club, but not for Amram. It's for the club, man, going forward. The ones there. And the thing about it is that what I find there kind of peak is that, it's the same old mistakes of him. You're not been able, man, to change things because, like, we don't want the same mistakes, man, that happened when the same mistakes that happened in the Europa League final when he couldn't able to change the structure, change the team, change change the players, making sure, man, that your system you fit the players, or the players you fit your system. The system fit the players, and the players fit the system. Because what happened is that all those mistakes here starts to creep in, and in other words, that's what we even saw in the in the Carabao Cup early exit against Grimsby Town, when we saw Mason Mount here on the left wing. Them ones there. So the thing about it is that now that we saw that that the owners, man, they're not gonna do anything. I think right now what they're doing right now is that they're going to see what is gonna happen. Because, like, yeah, I'm pretty much sure that next, or one of the games that Man United have next is Man City, right? Man City. Let me double check that. I think it's Man City, fam. And then I think, yeah, along the lines, right? I think along the lines, man, yeah, we have Man United, man. They have Chelsea, and then they have and then they have, hold up. Then I have Brent. Yeah, exactly, blood, exactly, fam. Them way there, exactly. I knew it. See, so then you're kind of wondering, yeah, how on earth, yeah, is Amram, and you're going to Amram, you're going to get you through your those fixtures, blood. How is he ever? How is he going to? I don't know. Obviously, we know that Man City at the moment they're a little bit wonky, man. For the first time in a long time, I think Pep right now, man, he's now in a situation where for him, man, that he really he is now testing him as a manager. Them way there as a manager, blood. And look, and then if your Amram, man, does not get his things together, fam, I don't know what's gonna happen, man, in that game. And I think not even that. And the thing about it is that can Amram, man, they be able to? The thing about it is that what's really gonna cost him is his stubbornness to not be able to change anything, and also favoritism. That's what's gonna cost him. That's what's gonna cost him, blood. That's what's gonna cost him. I can't lie. That's what's gonna cost him, man. Because the thing about it is that Dallo, right now, he's not playing as he should. And nobody, even Mr. Spamming, fam. He's not, they're not up to par at the moment. They're not up to par. Actually, matter of fact, man, Mr. Spamming, fam. Bruno Fernandes, fam. You know them way there. He hasn't been the guy. He hasn't been the guy for a very long time, except when he first came in. Because I remember when he first came in, there wasn't a creative player. It's until he came in, then he lifted the team a little bit. But then, after that, he went under the radar. You know the ones there. Or let's just say it this way. Or let's just say that he's getting away with it, yeah, with GA and XG and all of that. I don't want to know that nonsense. I always say, and I said this in the previous videos, that it's always depending on the eye test. What do I see on the pitch, blood? That's what I see. That's all I want to know. Because XG and GA and all of that, man, can really confuse people. And then it dips. And what happens is that bare man dips themselves into football, where like they don't even deserve to be there. Now, okay, first of all, let's do like a quick thing, man. Like, look, like this, right? Okay, the Man idea in Burnley game, I tell you what, blood. One thing I will say is that there is no way on earth that Man United, man, is supposed to be in that position to a team coming from the championships. And that's how low Man United, man, have sunk over the past more than 10 years. They have sunk into a massive quicksand. I tell you, fam. And Amorim at the moment, man, even though that, let's say per se that he's trying to lift the club up, but at the same time he's also sinking, and the club is also sinking with him. If you don't change, the thing about it is that if you have a very wonky, weak foundation, how is the club going to stand? People are talking about the penalty in that Burnley game, and like when Ahmad was being pulled by the shirt, and the thing about it is that the pull started outside the box, them ones there, and obviously it carried on into the box until he fell down, and obviously we got the penalty, them way there. Now for me, I would say that's not a foul. The foul should have been outside the box, but look, we got the penalty, man. I give a great example, right? If I'm because I used to play football, so I used to play football, right? Let's put it into the equation, right? Like me, if I was to dribble, man, obviously I beat my man. Now I'm cutting inside, but then what happens is that I go into the channel, the pocket, right into the box, I cut inside. Let's say that I'm cutting inside here from the right, cutting inside, and then all of a sudden, man, like someone tripped me over just before I get into the box, and all of a sudden, I kind of trip over, I stumble, and then I fall over. The contact started when I was outside the box, blood. That's where the foul should have been. That's where the free kick should have been. That's where the foul started. That's where it should have been. But fam, Bruno Fernandes, managed to score the penalty in 3-2, and then the way that he celebrated, man, fam, that's against Burnley, blood. That was me, man. I would even celebrate like that. I would even celebrate like that. And look, and the thing about Amorim and Bruno Fernandes, they're both two emotional brothers, fam. Too emotional, fam. I don't like emotional brothers, because the thing about it is that when you're emotional, the thing about it is that, and obviously we all know this here, that like it's all beginning from childhood. You know them ones there, like if you're not around the right people, if you're not around your dad, for example, to regulate your emotions with your mum, then all of a sudden you are going to be emotional. You know them ones there. But What I'm trying to say is that if you have an emotional captain and an emotional manager, no, it's not a good sign. And what happens is that it creeps into the players, and the players start to do you all sorts of madness onto the pitch. You know, like me, I don't mind it if somebody can able you to control their emotions. That's fine, blood. That's fine. You know, because you need people who are able to regulate, man, their emotions. Because you don't want their emotions, man, to take over their decision making and then how they see the game. Because if that does, blood, it is over. You start to get reckless, especially Bruno Fernandes, like what we saw, when he banged that penalty. Or because of an apology. You know, peak. But look, man, like, I don't know, man. Me, I want this Amorim just to just go, man, and then just bring in, and bring in a new manager now. I think it's the best way possible at the moment, fam, because the thing about it is that if he's not improving, because I can see why that he's being stubborn, because he thinks that it's gonna work. And how many times do you have to try until it works? And the thing that I really, really didn't, the thing that I don't like about Man United at the moment is this, blood. It's this, right? It's the transfer market. You could have got rid of Bruno to get £100 million. So, because I remember there was offer from Saudi, and then you could have used that £100 million. So, but that Bruno Fernandes was getting an offer for £100 million from an offer from Saudi. You could have got that, and then you could have invested that money for a midfielder, something like Baleba, for example. What we've been hearing, test the waters. I'll say this, right? People said that, but Baleba's not for sale. The thing about that, if you put the right offer, not every player is for sale. The thing about that, if you put the right offer, it will twitch their ears, blood. The owners will, okay, we've got 100 million. All right, that's a start. Or at least get 2 quality midfielders for £100 million. But yeah, look what we saw, blood. Bruno stayed. I tell you, man, like, it looked like the Amorim, he wants to die on this hill. He looks like it, man. Because for me, man, like, I'll say this, man, like, if you are, sometimes, I like it here when players are angry, because it's like, nah, fam, nah, I don't care anymore. It's like how Cunha was, in the past couple of games before he got injured, when actually he could have put Sesko on in the league, in the Carabao Cup, instead of, and now he's injured, hamstring. I don't mind, a player being angry, like that, because it shows that, look, man, he's fit. He wants to win this game. He wants to win. That's your mentality. You have to win, blood. And the thing about it is that if a player is man, is technically sound, and he's angry, and then his emotion doesn't ruin his decision making, cool, I don't mind that. But then when it's Bruno Fernandes, and then he's not technical sounded, and then he's emotional, and it ruins his decision making and then the whole performance. Nah, blood. Nah, man. And other than that, since that we brought in Bremo, Cunha, it has elevate, man, the technical ability to be almost matched here to Xerxes and Ahmad, because I like Xerxes, I like Ahmad, you know, because they are technical brothers. And then having Bruno there and having Cunha there, man, will elevate the technical ability. But then when you compare their technical ability, man, to Bruno Fernandes, then everybody will know what we're talking about. But then everybody always compare the football and everything to stats. The only stats that I want to see is the assists, how many assists the player has, and the goals. I don't want to know about XG and G, because that tricks people to thinking that that this player had a brilliant game. What about if somebody had a really, really bad game, but then one corner, and then one corner, and then the GA or XG just goes up, all because of a corner, or a penalty? The player plays absolutely was peaking, and then he just scores a penalty. He didn't even play well. The one thing that Man United should have strengthened is the midfield, because it's so weak right now, man. I mean, this is why I feel sorry for Manu. I believe Manu is a 10. You know, I don't know where Bruno even plays. I don't know if it's 8 or a 10, because when he plays in the 8, you know, he's not agile enough. When he plays as a 10, he hasn't got the IQ. All he does is spam, bang it this way, bang it that way. I mean, I understand that, players, we always make mistakes, but sometimes, man, you got to be untuned, man. You got to be so untuned, blood. If not, then I would like, man, me personally, how would I rate, man, this transfer market for Man United? Okay, we got Cunha, which is cool, because Cunha was one of the best players last year against Wolves. He's one of the reasons why Wolves stayed up. In Bremer, quality player, technical, really sick, because Cunha is a player that likes to drive with the ball, something like with Main, similar, which is really cool. You need that kind of player, and Bremer likes to pick it up, drive with the ball a little bit, and then whip it, and it, you know what I mean. So then we got two quality players. Sesko is a young player, and Amorim, you were saying last year, Xerxes, he's not a striker. Of course, he's a number 9, but he's a different kind of number 9. He's not a traditional number 9. He's a player that likes to bring everybody to play, like I mentioned in videos before. And then we brought in a new goalkeeper, hopefully, because I heard that he's like one of the best. He had more saves than any other goalkeeper in whatever league that he was in. Hopefully, but I don't know if he's. I don't really know, because I don't know. Let's just see what happened with him, and also with and then also the midfield. Like I said before, man, the midfield, man, is where the game is won. Now, if you're always gonna play by the wings all the time, and then Amorim always play you play a 3-4-2-1, and it's always defensive. You put Dallo on the right sometimes, on the right wing back, and you're like, just put Ahmad there. Even though Ahmad is not a right wing back, right? He does well there. Put him there. Dogu, he's been doing sick. Put him there. He's improving. Put him there. Don't put Cunha as a number 9. We all know that Cunha can play number 9, but that's not his strengths. You bought him as a number 10. So put Sesko there. If Sesko is not ready, bring him on in the 55 minute. But then eventually he needs to have a start. He needs to. don't know. Putting Mount, man, as a defensive attacker, defensive striker. Oh, blood. Defensive striker. Oh my word. Defensive striker, blood. Anyway, I'm going to rate this window probably 5, 6 out of 10. I'm going to say 5 out of 10. I'm going to say 5 out of 10, blood. I'm going to say that. People might say that, what? Like, we got our main targets. Yeah, we got our main targets. But the thing about it is that we didn't strengthen the midfield. Now, Man United is now, again, Donut FC, blood. Like when Erik ten Hag was here. And we were slating him all because of he's always having a gap. Now, Amorim is continuing that trend, blood, of fam. One thing I would say, man, to Amorim is that you got to make a system where, like, all the players will shine, get the best out of most of the players. Don't just try and shoehorn all of them and then shoehorn. And like, for example, the system only works only for one player, Bruno Fernandes, and everybody had to be shoehorned to make sure that Bruno Fernandes, fam, get out of here, blood. I mean, like, for example, man, like look at this way. Look at Liverpool. The reason why I bring Liverpool up these days is because my little guy supports Liverpool, right? So, great example. They brought in Frimpong because obviously Trent went to Real Madrid. They brought in Verts because one of my favorite players, Luis Diaz, left to go to Bayern Munich, and he is cooking there. All right. Then they brought in Kirkes because obviously Robinson at the moment he's slowing down, so they need someone. They need someone young there, someone young there, someone experienced, Premier League proven, and also one of the best left backs in the Premier League last year, or probably the best left back at the time last year. They brought in Ikitike because I think it's because Nunes left, and then they brought in Isak. Eventually, Isak was already signed here before the announcement, blood. To be honest, I was even thinking that. Having Elliot, man, to go, yeah, that would definitely hurt because he was quality, especially especially when careers in football, man, is so short. So I understand for him, man, to go to Aston Villa to have to kind of get some game time. He's a quality player, technical player, man. Like for him, man, to find a top club where you're able to get some game time is what he needs, fam. Them way there. So yeah, man. And then the only bad thing here for Liverpool, man, for them, man, is that they couldn't ever get Gay, if that is his name, from Crystal Palace over the line in time, just because obviously Crystal Palace wasn't able to find a replacement. But I rate Hughes, man, yeah, I rate Hughes for what he's doing, yeah, for Liverpool. Big man ting. Man, let's keep it a buck, man. He's cooking there, and he brought in the players, man, and because the thing about it is that to doing what he did, man, and to be like, look, let's continue, man, yeah, from last year. That, look, for me, we all didn't know that Arne Slot, yeah, we all know that from the beginning of last year, we didn't know who was going to win the league. People thought it was Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, them way there. Who would have thought Arsenal, fam. My little guy, man, he's gonna, them way there, but Arne Slot, fam, able to do what he did, overachieved, right? And then, look, we have to build on from this, making sure that we compete, and we compete again for years to come. Isak, he came in and said that I want to win everything. Tells you everything. No, tell you the mindset, man. Tell you the mindset. You know, but mindset of these players, blood, and Liverpool, and Man United. My word, a mess. The only thing I'll say for Liverpool is that they didn't able to get a defensive midfielder. Because what about a Gravenberch? You know, a quality defensive midfielder. See, and then that's why they might have to put Szoboszlai, in defensive midfield, or Endo, or McAllister, because you know what I mean. But yeah, but wow, man. But and then for Szoboszlai, man, to score that free kick, man, against Arsenal. What a free kick, blood. Oh, what a free kick, blood. Oh my word. So that's, for me, man, I will give that transfer market for Liverpool a 7 out of 10. Because they didn't get, the only reason why, because they didn't get Yayin, and they didn't get a defensive midfielder in, or something here to get you more of the depth of the squad. But I think they're alright, Liverpool. I think they're good. I think they'll cook. The only problem I have is that it's the balance, and I really hope that, because Arne Slot, man, he's a adaptable manager. You know the way it is, so he would do something. He would do sick, man, with what he can do with Gakpo, with Ekitike, with Isak. Because Gakpo, I don't know what he's gonna do with the left wing, with Ekitike and Gakpo, or up front if it's gonna be Isak and Ekitike. Fam, who knows, blood? Who knows, man? And then look, in Liverpool, man, they're going for it. And man, they didn't even bother, man, to just and then the reason why Liverpool are able to do what they did is all because they only spend it. Yeah, I think they only spent on one player last year, and that was that Italian brother, Chiese. And then the Premier League money, being in the Champions League, and then the revenue, fam. Anyway, let's see what happened, man, with Liverpool. But Man United, blood, fam. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know, man. I tell you, man, his decisions, Rúben Amorim, your decisions, blood. I tell you, fam, it's gonna be a downfall, fam. In other words, here, if the owners, man, don't act quickly, because we don't want it to be another Erik ten Hag. You know them way there. If they don't act quickly, fam, it could get bad to worse. Man. But look, who knows, man? Let's just see, fam. Let's just see.